All right. He sends you off. You can mark the 700 gold pieces back on the Ludus funds.
Okay.
I already did.
Then Sid lingers around and spies on him while he goes about his day. Let's see if he learns anything interesting. If I roll a 6, it's interesting 5. Okay.
Somewhat interesting.
Ahmed, are you there?
I'm listening and eating. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay. You do see that he's looking at a report that says it's an officer.
I'm interested in these strange.
Yeah, there's an
strange,
officer.
like-
There's an officer in the Duke's army that filed a report that that is in a specific folder. The report that we fired our guns directly at the enemy, and it seemed to go right through them. They disappeared before our eyes, before we could get a good look. He flips the page. There's another report of, and like a charcoal drawing of some like toothy, angry-looking thing writhed in shadows, kind of coming out at somebody. There's another report that says we brought the weapon to Tacitus and are awaiting his identification. And all you see on the weapon was a curved blade.
What?
Like not an elven curved blade, but like a curved dagger, is what they said.
Okay.
He
Now,
then,
where's
he,
the caster that
he then
received
kind
this?
of he then Tacitus of Princeport is the name. You also see that he closes that folder and kind of like there's a little string and kind of closes it up, and you notice that now he's looking at losses in the field.
Where is the soldier from? Like where what battle pole? Not battle pole, sorry.
You didn't
Like
catch
where in the map? East, west, north?
give me a knowledge geography.
Somebody help me with that.
Sure. Ha! You roll a 9, and I will look up your ability in
I think
geography.
it's a 6, I think.
Your geography. You don't have geography.
I don't.
You got local.
Then nothing.
Okay, so
You get to
there was a campaign name.
in check.
You missed the campaign name, and it didn't
15.
say where.
Okay.
It was a collection of like pieces of evidence as opposed to like complete field reports.
Okay.
Czargon continues to drink
Interesting.
his wine and then goes about very boring duties.
So the name of the wizard is he in this town, this city?
Knowledge Arcana? Knowledge local?
Adam. I think my arcane is higher.
All right. Your arcane DC. No, you do not have any ranks in. Oh, sorry. Apologies. I was about to.
So pick the one you want to
No,
roll.
that's,
not
I do not
roll
have any
them
ranks.
all.
He just rolled a d20. It's the highest one. Knowledge local 17. Knowledge arcane 17. Same thing. So whatever.
17.
Doesn't matter
He sounds like the sage. There's a sage who lives in a tower in the upper city.
It's funny.
Let's go see. Let's go pay him a visit.
Okay, you catch up to Damian and Ashoka, who are walking across the castle bridge. They're now out of earshot of guards.
Now I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be very careful because wizards have magic, magic that I can't see. So I might wait on this.
Okay, you guys, you're following them. They're passing through the river market. It's a little bit late in the day. The market is closing. Are you turning back to Sid, or are you?
So, the
Yeah, when we're in the market and walking. Yeah.
how was your private conversation? I mean, overall, things went well. Did things end on a similarly positive tone?
Yes, my training and accommodations, as well as any equipment you make for me, will be covered by the Imperial Army. So I shall not be a financial burden to the Ludus.
Oh, that is excellent to know. You would never have been a minor burden at most.
Well,
You are very effective.
thank you. Still,
You are an up-and-coming young gentleman.
thank you. Still, detailed expense reports will need to be kept month to month, and according to the account, he'd be more than happy to pay, though I suppose I should get approval before purchasing anything overly expensive, which they will purchase at cost plus. We'll just negotiate that when the time comes.
Oh,
I think that
before the shops close, you had a letter.
It's good to form.
Damian, you had a letter to send to your mother.
Oh yes.
And you stop off at the courier's place. I believe the courier was called the Feathers of Farlan, which are part of the Imperial Couriers. And you drop off the letter. You know that the letters take forever to get to Vinvasa, so the first one might not have even been there yet, or it might be still coming back. Do you want to basically? There's a journal in letter form. Do you want to read your first letter to your mumsy?
Sure. Yes, I will read the first letter.
Okay.
Mumsy. Mom.
Okay, letter 1. I haven't put
this is-
dates because we're not really.
This
keeping
is
track
this
of
is
things
from
with
this
dates,
is from this is from Damian to his mother when he had just arrived in Vatapole. So we're going back in time a little bit, but
Dearest yes, yeah. So, dearest Mumsy, I hope this letter finds you well. I have just arrived in Vatapole after a lengthy and dusty journey and have found Uncle Vogel's Ludus just as you said. It's called the Crimson Scale, for reasons I'm not sure I can discuss. Not that I don't trust you with a secret, of course, but given that it is Uncle Vogel's, I will err on the side of caution. Who really knows if you can trust these servants? The accommodations are sparse, to put it mildly. It's like living at our summer home if it were kept by idiot squirrels. There are only 3 meals a day and only 3 servants for the entire Ludus. By the 5, I have to keep my own room tidy, for pity's sake. I will certainly be working with some unique individuals on Uncle's project. I am tasked with ensuring that all Ludus contracts are on the up and up, while the day-to-day management is left to the others. They are 3 very different personalities, and I suspect each has taken on certain responsibilities in the hopes of not having to deal with each other except when absolutely necessary. The most familiar to our cultured minds such as ourselves, is the wizard Phineas, whom I've been told is also an alchemist with imperial qualifications. He's a bookish type, as so many mages are, who mostly keeps to himself, making weapons or other enchantments for the gladiators. His financial boon to the Ludus is likely the only reason anyone tolerates that wretched bird of his. Another is the Corsican barbarian by the name of Magnus. He is truly a beast of a man who trains the gladiators, competes at their side, and is even the Ludus champion. My own opinion is that he's far too familiar with the product, and it may affect his judgment regarding what is best for business. I suppose it's not that surprising. After all, he is simple-minded and brutish. He is as simple-minded and brutish as you'd expect from a northerner, yet pleasant and cheerful nonetheless. In fact, he's actually quite fun to drink with, provided you have no intention of meeting persons of quality that night. You might be thinking, your father would never approve, and you're likely correct. But if you think father would disapprove of his son working side by side with a barbarian, wait until I tell you about the mysterious Ashoka. He is the secretive Snake Man from Volcanica. That's right, Snake Man. Technically his people are called Nagadi, but Snake Man seems more accurate. I've been tempted to sneak into his room while he was out to see if he actually sheds like a snake does. Disgusting thought, I know. He seems to handle a lot of the deal-making and sets up fights in the accompanying wagers. He's a truly bizarre individual, with his snake-like skin and piercing stare to match. I'm sure he makes children cry. I'm as sure he makes children cry when they see him as I'm sure he likes it when they do. He's the kind of demi, and in brackets I've got demi being a slur used by humans to describe non-humans, that father would have stuffed and mounted in his study just for the novelty. Please send my love to Anastasia and Marcel, though I would understand if Marcel were not up to speaking to me with a civil tongue. I wish he and his bride all the best in their life together, and regret that I will likely be too preoccupied to attend the ceremony as my duties here require my full attention. With love, Damian. P.S. Please ensure Measley waters my ferns and remind him how old and useless I think he is, even at this great distance.
So Measley is your brother who's forced to
Bravo, sir.
to your bride, right?
No.
You have to marry the woman that.
No, in fact, gods of of Pathfinder willing, you will meet Weasley, as I'm planning on taking leadership at 9th level, and he will be my cohort. And he is a servant that has been abused by his family for decades and decades, and it's just this broken shell of a man.
Okay, when you go to drop off letter number 4, that was letter number 1, and the reason why I had you read this one was because it already had arrived, and the response to letter number 1 has already returned. Now, I haven't typed up a letter, so I'll do something a little bit. I'll do something a little bit different. There is a package waiting for you at the courier, at the Feathers of Farlon. You notice Damian said, "Oh, wait a minute!" And you guys are standing outside the courier place, and you see him sending a letter and paying some gold pieces as they take it, and they give him a package. It's like rough paper all over a box. It's kind of light. I guess it would be like a
Care
wooden box.
package
So
from home. Yeah.
What is your mother's nickname for Damian?
Damesy Poo.
Damesy? Okay.
her little Damesy Poo.
Are you opening the package now, or are you?
He's gonna wait till he gets to the Ludus to open it.
Kenny's having a hard time with the stream. I am also having a hard time with the stream.
Is this my internet? Give me a second. Task
I
manager,
refresh many times.
performance.
Oh, we need to have a good recording of Mark's letter. Recording of that.
Let me see if closing a few things works. Apparently closing Excel Online made internet better.
Oh, okay.
Excel Online.
Excel
Not
Online
being
was
super efficient today.
Was being a super big pig.
You hear that, Excel Online? Google Docs is looking better.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. I can watch my own stream, so that is curious. Let me pause.
Yeah, see, I'm getting the same issue Kenny is. So,
Yeah. All right.
where it's stuttery.
I could change servers. I could try a different
I'm
server.
just gonna open a window. Be right back.
Let me do that.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
We'll try the Portland server.
All the way to oregano.
Yeah, my receive is like terribly low, and my send is half of what I get on a speed test. So there shouldn't be problems between my computer and Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something's popped up for me again.
Yep, we connected to the Portland server instead of the Seattle
Perfect.
server. We'll try that. We'll try that one.
right.
Go.
My end's working much better. So.
Go oregano. All right. Are you opening the package now or not? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to your response.
No, he's gonna wait till he gets to the Ludus. to
Okay.
open it.
You see, he's got this wooden box that's wrapped in like fine wooden or fine brown paper, and there's some various stamps on it. It's got a little bit of fraying at the edge, like it's been tossed around a little bit, but there is a package has been received.
All right. As I was saying, we best utilize that particular income stream as more of a mobile favor than as an actual source of income. A token amount is probably appropriate, so that they know that they are indebted to you when the time comes. Yes? Call in a favor.
Oh yes, no. The favors. I risk my life, of course. Of course they owe me. Because outside the game, Damian's like, of course, I'm a noble. They owe me for risking my life even as a soldier, not like a regular soldier. Those people are just... those people are expendable, not me.
Of course.
That was so weird. Fixing that connection from XSplit from Seattle server to the Oregon server made our connections on VC go better.
Yeah.
So it must have been just trying to hammer that server and was not doing well. Okay. The jitter must have been crazy. Cool.
That's the sound.
Weird.
Whee!
All right, fixed. We no loading wheel. Thanks. All right. So you guys return to the Ludus. You've got the package. Damian quickly excuses himself to the upstairs and goes and opens the package. There is a note that is combined from your sister and your mother, from Lady Maurice van Imp nie Krakenstein, and the youngest sister, Anastasia van Imp.
Okay.
Damesy. The Imperial craftsman that we hired for your going away gift has been dealt with severely, as he did not complete his gift before you left. We've missed several birthdays and other special holidays. Hope this makes you look good as you are showing those barbarians how to behave. All the best, Mumsy and Anna.
Okay.
And there's a beautiful glossy black-blue cloak that is in the package.
Oh, that wonderful. Okay.
It's kind of like a cape. It's like very cape-ish.
Just out of curiosity, he's going to cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay, it has an enchantment on it. Give me a spellcraft.
Okay. Not something he's particularly good at. He will try anyway. Plus...
He's also cast.
So we have a wizard for... Nah, no. Unless it's... I got a 16.
16. No, you don't know what it is.
All right.
You know that it has moderate transmutation on it.
Okay. He'll take it to Phineas to have a look.
Okay. Phineas looks at it. It takes him like 30 seconds. He hands it back.
Yeah. You got a 35 without anything.
It is a cloak of charisma +2.
Sweet.
Who's that pretty boy?
Thank you, Mumsy.
You know that it was from your sister and your mom, but
Yep.
if your sister, if you know anything about it, because she got your mom involved, she probably ended up paying for it.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could probably name the cloak whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it was a gift from your parents. Not every package or response will be that way, but
No, but yeah.
And then yes, the answer is yes. They know what these things are, and this is a good segue now that we're talking about.
Treasure!
Now that we are talking about Phineas, looking at treasure. Let's see if I can share these pages. Oh, these were the letters. I've marked red and sent. Okay. Treasure is a fun part of the game. All right. We've got treasure from 2 sources. Not big enough. Bigger. Drosix maps, the 1,000 platinum coins, magnifying glass, spyglass. They're not magical, but although glass craft is quite expensive, that diamond is worth about 5,000 gold pieces. I will remove the Masterwork Thieves tools because you took them. Drosix shirt is a +2 chain shirt that gives a +2 sacred bonus versus poison. Captain's left hand is a +1 frost dagger. Captain's right hand is a +1 fiery dagger. The Scourge of Man is a +1 Bane Human Merciful Whip.
That's awesome.
Why does it have merciful?
Just for the extra damage.
Okay.
8 Masterwork daggers. Drosix belt is a +2 enhancement bonus to dexterity belt with a +2 competence bonus to profession sailor. The boots of Elven Kine are +5 competence bonus to acrobatics check. The cloak of the Sea God's Blessing is a cloak resistance +2 with a +5 competence bonus on swim checks. A couple suits of studded leather +1, couple of rapiers +1, and a club +1, and a bunch of potions and 2 wands of hold person with some charges left in them. Now, Coalskin stuff is a headband of Vasta int +2 with knowledge nature stuck inside and acid resistance 5 as a secondary power. Amulet of natural armor. Coalskin's ring of evocation is primarily a ring of protection +2 and has a unique power that Phineas is not sure how he would replicate. Once per day, it acts as arcane bond, but only for evocation spells. You must be wearing the ring for a 24-hour period to gain this benefit, and no other magic ring can be worn on that hand during the time. So you kind of have to attune to it. Coalskin Spellbook has Dimension Door and Shout in it, plus a bunch of other spells. Now we get to Kryxes' gear. Kryxes' crown is a constant alter self to make you look like Kryxes the champion. It also gives a +5 bonus to disguise checks in addition to the bonus from Alter Self itself, which is +10.
That's Mr. G's circlet. That's Mr. G's circlet. Oh!
That's how he
no.
was. Plus, he probably had max ranks in disguise. And
Well,
that's how
he was a copper dragon, so he was a goodly dragon, so he could he has a power to do that. But yeah, he's got a thing. Like he's crazy.
Hey, do we need Magnus to beat their champion before this is all said and done?
I think we might need Magnus to beat their champion.
Because that's something we can now arrange.
Kryxes' golden amulet is an amulet of mighty fist +2. The Primus's belt is a strength +2 belt and a con +2 belt, all in the same item.
Nice.
He had several potions, including cure moderate wounds, invisibility, undetectable alignment, and some poisons. The plates that he would wear, he wasn't wearing this when he fought because it's not wild armor. It's called the Plates of the Shadow Urchin. It's +1 shadow breastplate with +1 armor spikes that look like the thin needles, like on an urchin. Sea Lord shield is just a plain, regular old +2 heavy steel shield. His Sea Lord's bow is a +1 composite longbow, strength 30. The Copper Scale cloak is a +2 cloak of resistance, acid resistance 5, and there's a special thing that the cloak is made from the scales of a young copper dragon. It may be used as the focus, substituting for a material component for spells and spell-like abilities that require a copper dragon scale. So if you were casting Dragon's Breath, you don't need
Form of the Dragon.
Form of the Dragon. You don't need a scale because you're wearing the item. Kryxes' fork is a +1 distance returning shock bident.
Cool.
And a pouch of pearls worth 500 gold pieces, and then the Wizardling spellbook has Dispel Magic, Fly, Haste, and Fireball in the third level slots, and a bunch of other things. So you've got some stuff to divvy.
So I don't know if Almond's on the call. Magnus used to
I'm
be
here.
taking...
And then you haven't dinked around with the 3 statues yet. These were I want to know where you're keeping them.
Phineas keeps them in his lab.
Okay, just kind of stuck
But-
around.
Well,
Stuck around
but
the lab?
in it, like Magnus has warned him about touching, so there's somewhere like I'm not going to accidentally bump into them or anything like that. Like,
All right, so they're sequestered,
stowed away.
and the 3 weird things, which I'm going to keep as tokens until you figure out what they are.
Ashoka suggests cutting a leg off of a rat and just sort of, like, taping it to the regenerating statue to see what happens. But that's like Ashoka's suggestion.
Got it. Good to see you have managed not to die in your short time away. There were some deaths. Ahmed. I thought you meant the Ludus people, but yes, Ahmed didn't die.
Many calories, but I have stomach for it. Plus 6 constitution, yeah.
Did you say 6 Constitution?
Modifier.
Oh, okay.
modifier. Okay.
I speak in modifier, come on.
I've got a 4 con. I'm like, why are you even walking right now? Yeah, these are the creepy idols that they found in the Sea God's Fury. Okay, what now? I think this brings us to the end of the kingdom turn. Magnus is
Random
preparing
encounter.
bodies and bringing them back to the
Excuse me.
They have your priests are willing to cast Gentle Repose, so that's the next turn encounter is now that the bodies have been Gentle Reposed, you're going to bring them back to speak to the Masked Oracle again.
Right.
I really like
and
their
I
rule.
invite
I really like their rule about bringing people back to life. I thought that was slick.
It's practical.
It's very practical. No, the 5-phase god is the one that does the miracles. What are you talking about?
pricks.
You could always convert to the 5-phase god.
Freak that.
Yeah, 5 faces. Yeah, back.
I'm Magnus, civilized barbarian. Yo.
Screw this code. You never knew.
All right.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I'm gonna make the mistake of opening up our Luda sheet again, which is Excel Online, and we'll see if that dumps the stream again. Oh, Microsoft. Please don't be this way.
It's where they make a good tool and then they break it.
Yep. The stream's gonna go weird for a second while I switch to desktop mode, so everyone can actually read what it is that we're looking at.
All right, Mark.
Yep.
We need to count the number of hit dice worth of gladiators we have lost,
Okay.
as well as number of points in facilities that we have lost, as well as the 20k that Zed's going to mention from the Beast Tamer's Lodge, and we're going to sort of add up.
All right. Okay. Never mind.
Are you including the guys that left, like they're not dead but ran away, like what's it not Phineas?
Oh yeah. Anybody who's not in their bed right now.
Whether in the ground or somewhere else.
All right. So we're.
Okay, so I'm deleting Droll's row. Droll, the
Gargoyle.
the gargoyle has fled, and
Their
Never to be
escape.
seen again.
Okay, how many dice did he have in? Did he have the
4
ability
levels.
scores?
Okay.
Okay, let me look at draw.
and I'm also deleting Prentice because Prentice apparently has successfully left the city.
Okay, so Droll had
Oh.
80. His ability score is 80.
You can delete his row, but leave his row in. Like, don't delete him. Say, put him on the lamb because he's still one of our registered gladiators.
Oh, okay. You want me to leave Droll in there too?
Well, yeah, I'd like you to the end of the season, to the end of this,
Okay.
like this season. Until this, like we've got guys that are they've already done their fights.
Dren Zerko was so under the radar as the first level dude. You don't know where he went. There's actually nobody has seen the half elf.
Okay, so Dren Zerko, Prentice,
It's 7.
Droll. So we need to know how many effective dice they were.
Hold on. Bull,
Yeah.
Sonia.
So
Are you talking hit dice or like dice?
it's the total dice they have. So hit dice plus ability scores plus Gestalt. Because we'll make them pay more for people that have Gestalt. Like Bull,
That are awesome.
Not very good.
Yeah, but he was pimp.
Well,
No. And your idea of paying money to get him brought back is not going to fly with the other masters, dude.
This is Magnus. This is Magnus.
Yeah.
This is Magnus.
Asking for it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Oh, we got money to bring it back. Perfect. We'll put that money over here.
That was Magnus. But for Sonia, definitely he's going to try.
Droll was kind of. How are we going to. He's 3 hit dice, but he's special, like powerful race.
I'm going to say he's 4K. 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him 4.
4? All right.
For being special.
Prentice.
Can you also mark down what league and tier they were? Because I think that's how things are actually going to be measured. You could make an argument to overvalue these guys, but a Sandal Blooded and a Sandal...
Okay. So Droll was a...
Sandal Blooded.
Sandal Blooded. Okay. Bull was like 3rd? 4th?
Yeah, I think he was Sandal Blooded as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prentice was veteran?
Sandal Veteran.
Yeah.
Now, he's special, so he was 6 hit dice, I think.
Who?
Prentice?
Yeah, he was 6. Yeah, 6 hit dice.
So he's 8, and then we were supposed to be paid 3 for his death, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 talents upon his death.
So that's 3 talents. And we might get fined for him not dying in the arena. So there's
right plus fine.
And emotional damages.
No, we're not getting into emotional damages.
Magnus ran away like a chicken.
Dren Zerko was like 2 hit dice or some nonsense.
1.
No, he's 1. he was way too big for his britches. Is what he was.
Was he Gestalt or anything like that?
He was Gestalt.
Okay, so 2. And he was a Sandal Blooded?
No, he was Tempe Slave. I don't even think he was...
blooded.
Okay.
I don't even think he was branded a gladiator
Vanu.
yet.
You lost Vanu?
Vanu?
I think he was the same as...
Oh, no, Old Vigo was City Unblooded. Oh, no, sorry, Dren Zerko was City Unblooded. Like, he hadn't gone through his... He was City League Unblooded.
Okay.
And I think Vanu was the same. No, Vanu was a...
Second level, wasn't he?
Was an apprentice. Yeah, he actually came...
Right.
Yeah.
So, Vanu's an apprentice in Sandal League?
Yep.
Alright, and Vanu was 2 hit dice? 3 hit dice?
You guys never used
Vanu,
him.
I think it was 2 hit dice, so I have to move to that new window.
Yeah, we never...
He was 2 hit dice. Second hit die, single class.
Akka?
Right.
Akka was...
2 hit dice.
And a Sandal apprentice.
Yeah.
Okay, then there was Feed the Dragon.
Oh,
a
yeah.
1 hit die commoner slave.
Phineas quietly mourns him.
We're going to put a half a talent in for him.
Yep.
There's 20k, 20.
Hey, he was a wizard's assistant. Of course, he's worth something.
As you guys are lying on your on your insurance claim form. It was worth thousands of dollars.
To me.
I'm going to put in the 20 for the Beast Tamer's Lodge in here.
Don't commit fraud.
No,
No,
we're not.
I'm just telling the stream not to. Like D&D
No.
fraud is hilarious.
We're there might be points with which there could be pushback, but now I think we have a valid case for 10k in use of defenses, aka we used the poison that we bought to help fight the dragon.
Yep.
We just need a receipt.
You guys can go
Yeah,
talk
Drake-
back. You can go back to old Drake anytime. He's fun to roleplay.
Yeah, man, I get you a receipt for 10k and poison the problem, man.
What did you have?
Drake
Like
don't give receipts. Drake gives dreams.
No, Drake was Gary Oldman from, or no, Gary Oldman
Gary
from
Oldman.
from
True Romance.
True Romance.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so 10k defensive costs. All right, now your familiar. How much is your familiar worth?
I don't know how much he was worth.
How
He's,
many hit dice are you?
I was 5. Oh, sorry, I was 6 hit dice at the time.
There's a ritual to get another familiar. Like there's a
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
legit
cost. The cost. Well, I'm currently.
We'll add it to the cost. But,
7th. Yeah, it's 1400.
all right.
It's 200 per wizard level.
Okay, so the familiar death. I'm gonna put. We'll double it. 3k.
$32.18.
My bed is worth 3 times what you are. Dumb.
Actually, he's worth 6 times what Durham was. I put Durham in as half a talent.
Yeah,
Now, so this is defensive costs / destruction. Now,
Where are you typing this?
I'm just making a note. I'm using a notepad. I will.
I'm not,
make it
I'm just
wherever we
hitting
want
the
it to go.
keyboard.
I was gonna put it in the Excel online.
I'm not
The
doing
Excel
anything.
online is
Just put it
not
at the
working
bottom
well.
of party pages because I'm interested in seeing this, and I might have to edit it for the true value.
ouch, Marty. Ouch.
No, the magistrate's gonna look at it. You
Well, yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, why don't you guys? We need to get him a present first. Hey, how you doing? How's your son? Hey, do you like this ivory thing? It's nice.
So we had the familiar's
bad
death.
idea.
Yeah.
The was there anything else that costs associated with this? Like that the 10 for defensive costs incorporates all like the potions and shit that we used. We haven't put any sort of like risk to our lives. Did this screw up any fights? Actually, no, it did screw up. The training costs for the gladiators that we pushed out because
Yeah.
so temporarily outsourced training, the ledger that was 1,300, and I'll put that in as raw cost. So here, this is
Should probably
insurance
put
claim.
contracts. Should probably put contracts in all our lives, by the way, or like returning, not wanting to die.
Well, Ashoka's fine with having 1 point. We got 1.3k in external training facilities, which is minimal. Is there anything else that's missing on this? It feels like I'm doing a goddamn D&D, like a design and development quote. Do we need a mini wiggler or a JTAG tool? Anybody talk to Vector to see if we can get the can stack in
This
here?
reminds me of what my only insurance claim was when all my shit got moved here from Canada to US and a bunch of crap was just arrived broken and falling apart. I'm like, yeah, maybe I might want to make a claim.
I spelled sandal wrong like 6 times.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, now we throw an emotional.
Let's add for the cart as well 2 talons for it. Talons?
Yep.
For the cart?
Oh,
the
facilities. Should we get
the damage
facilities yet?
Yeah. Facilities.
Front
damage.
door. It's a front door we need now. A gate.
I got 2 talents.
I believe it was adamantine. That door. Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Well,
Ruby
where it's
encrusted.
this Prentice is expensive. Oh, the Duke's men. How is that being handled? Is that being handled through us? Are we going to be pointed fingers at for the Duke's men?
I don't know. You haven't communicated with the Duke.
No,
Yeah, we
we were hoping that we had something to tell him other than
Well,
we were attacked by a dragon. Like, we need to figure out what the hell Vatapole wants to say when we have to report to the Duke, and we go, yeah, Vatapole had a fucking great worm dragon in their walls, and they didn't know, and it attacked us. And
It was not Great Worm. it was mature adult.
Pretty great to me.
It's a great concern.
The whining, the complaining.
Well, it's how do you report that, right? Like the. Do you see the size of its head?
It was big. It was so big. So big.
So big. I think that's good. The question mark. So here, actually, what I'm going to do is
Foxfire, how's it?
Hey, Fox, what's going on,
and
man?
Duke's men, and I'm going to put question mark there as well. I'm going to put times 2.
Okay, is this in the insurance claim?
Where are you putting this?
Hey, Foxfire, we're just filling out our insurance forms now. So.
Insurance
Sit
claims
tight
for the
for a
latest.
wacky wild adventure.
Hey, you guys wanted to play the Masters this week. I'm like, yeah, you want to play the...
Well, I would have lost my gourd. I would have flipped my gourd if this happened while I was away. If it was like, oh, Mark and Ahmed have it. Oh, great. What did we come back with? Apparently, we owe the city money for getting exploded.
They come back with a, we're sorry, basket of fruit. And, sorry for your loss.
Look, we got 6 apples. I fucking love apples.
How did this happen, Mark? I fucking hate spreadsheets, so I just let it go.
Funny.
Good times.
Okay, so
Okay, so is it party pages? Where is it?
yeah, it's in party
It's
pages.
in party pages.
Master Circus.
So we're at something like 60 talents, with some question marks. Which I estimated the damage is about 100k, so that's about right. We got some guys back. I assume they were dead. Yeah, I feel pretty good with that. I think we can
Should
work
we?
with that
Should
number.
we put? I was gonna suggest putting the cost of having Maeve help us, but I think our cost would be something else. Our payment is
The
something else
cost
for
of
her.
having Maeve help us is not a dollar amount. In fact, Ahmed.
I wish it was.
Well, actually, do you want to have that conversation in character?
No, because Magnus is like, she should have a Lula. She fucked up a dragon. She messed up a dragon. That's what I said.
When we get all the money from this, actually, it's a wrong voice.
Wrong guy.
We will find a way for her people to fight. I will not betray Maeve and bluff check.
You're still a snake. I can tell you're lying. Look at you.
He says it every single time. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? I'm drinking tea. You're a snake. I know you're lying. There's
Yeah.
coffee in there. It's tea.
Okay. So that week you give over to the magistrate's office basically a letter describing your losses and then a list and the estimated value of those slaves, with a bunch of information to the office.
We give it to him. with a visit, along with a 1 or 2 talent gift to his sweet ass, and our undying friendship.
So let me check to see how
We need
well
to roleplay this shit.
How well, if you want to, we can. The Conclave of Crimson Scale versus the Magistrate. The Magistrate sort of likes Phineas, and he's lukewarm
Phineas
about.
send him frequent headache cures.
That's right.
Yeah. Phineas is his hookup.
So
How
are
do
you
you feel about
handling?
Magnus?
How are you handling that? And Mark, how do you want to do the fight with the 6 condemned?
It'll just be a straight fight.
Okay. Do you want to
Do you
roll
wanna roll
D6
D20s
method
or do you wanna
or
roll
the
D6s?
D6 method?
I guess I want to roll d20s because I find I'm more scared of the d6 method. I'll be honest with
Yeah, D20, buddy.
you. Yeah,
If there's any
I don't
chance of
trust it.
death, you
I
don't
don't
you use D6 or you do D20s
All right.
because
yeah.
So
Because, yeah.
while we're having a conversation with the Magistrate, I'm going to move over to the Vatapole Civic Arena. I'm just going to plop Damian right down in the middle of it.
All right.
Keep track of or add all the spells that I'm sure you're just drinking away from your supportive alchemist. And
Actually, no. He's planning on doing this fight solo.
with no help from his friends.
He's got his own magic, and he's
is it one fight against 6 dudes or is it multiple fights?
no. It's one fight against 6 dudes.
I certainly don't want to cheat just a little bit.
And who is going to watch Damian?
Sid's gonna give him potions like,
Well, fine. If you don't want to drink them now, but drink them later, maybe during the fight, because if you're fighting and you get fucked up, well, don't say Sid didn't help.
This is simultaneous with the going to with the Magistrate.
This might be a good opportunity to go and give the Magistrate his gift without doing it in the same breath as giving him the form.
Insurance,
That would
yeah.
be
Yeah.
way too obvious. Giving him a gift.
That's poor form.
Yeah. Ashoka knows this. This would be like so blatant that you might actually
Get
get into trouble
bribery.
for trying to bribe. Yep.
So Ashoka will. While Ashoka typically would be going to the Vatapole Arena, he will go to the courthouse to escort Phineas. Basically, go. Phineas is the man.
Okay.
And I think
Phineas, and we'll say that you stop by because you give him cures every once in a while, Phineas. You're dragged away from your studies to go to this damn gladiatorial thing. You meet up with the Magistrate, and the Magistrate is happy to see Phineas there. Phineas, good day to you, citizen, is what he says.
Magistrate. And he gives him a bow.
Yep. What can I do for?
Oh, I've just come by to drop off your headache relief.
Very well. I was heading to the games today. Apparently, the Duke has a new pet. Wait a minute, I think you know him.
Yes.
A noble of no small of the union, the product of a union between no two small families of imperial import.
Yes.
but-
Damian fellow.
By the five-faced god and the undying emperor, it would be wise of me not to miss his debut match. Of course, he is doing away with some ne'er-do-wells. There's a particular murderous crawl barbarian that I'm looking forward to finally seeing die. They might even make me editor of the games today.
Oh. Does Phineas even know what that means, editor of the games?
Does Phineas care about gladiatorial stuff or not?
It's kind of one of those things where he doesn't care, but he's around it so much, and he's got
Yeah,
that kind
the
of
editor
memory.
of the games is the person who gets to go thumbs up or thumbs down at the end, as in they edit the outcome of people's lives.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Well, murderous barbarian, I think we know how that's going to end, don't we?
Yes, I hear there was an attack on your ludus, and that some of you participated in a fight against a dragon. At least that's what the rumors are. I don't take much stock in rumors. However, there is something to talk about while we watch the game.
Yes, actually, the rumors are true. To be frank. Yes, it was apparently the sea god's fury, the Primus, Kryxes, an honest-to-goodness dragon.
Ah, you and Ashoka should join me in the box.
Well, we would be delighted, thank you.
He's inviting you to the Duke's box, where all the high folks are going.
And you know what? Phineas's thought isn't, "Oh my God, I'm moving up in the world." It's, "Thank God I don't have to sit next to that fat butcher again."
and his annoying, obnoxious family.
Yeah.
Try not to embarrass me in front of the Count.
Oh, of course not, Magistrate.
You can tell me all about your struggle against this dragon.
Oh, certainly. I would be happy to.
Okay. You find yourselves at the game. The box is wonderful. There are servants that come and fill your cups full of wine. You get a look at some of the personages in the show up front. You've got an excellent view of the killing field. There are no people throwing things or jostling at you. The seats are comfy. There are snacks provided at different places. There are personal jakes that are basically like private privies, not like public troughs. Nobody else's pee is splashing on your leg as you're trying to go yourself.
Yep.
Ashoka, you're giving a seat right behind Phineas. Apparently, a magistrate wants to talk to you, and your green skin, so you get kind of. You're sitting with a bunch of other servants and minor nobles.
This is the perfect location to be in.
The games today are a little bit slow. Lady Savette Havel looks like she's a little bit warm. You're going through a bit of a warm spell. It's like late spring, early summer. Dmitry Vaska, and now we have a new gladiator to take the arena. He is one of the Imperial's own sons, of the Van Imp family. And you can hear some, like, this rumble through the crowd as they're kind of, like, starting to process. Lieutenant in the Duke's army, a hero of our own Imperial forces, Damian the Demon Van Imp.
And he plays to the crowd.
There are some booing, which you didn't expect.
Savages!
As they don't know who you are. You've got a bunch of Sid's potions jingling in your pouch. So Phineas, how was it that a dragon was uncovered in the city? Is it not the purview of the Imperial Guildmaster to keep us safe from such arcane horrors?
That is my understanding. However, I have identified some of his items, and he's had some of his items had unique properties to allow him to hide.
Ah. Well, he must have had the adept ability at hiding. Otherwise, how would he have been under our noses for so long? He's been in the city for about a year. There have been an increasing number of complaints. Broken noses, a few dead slaves. Nothing that the Sea God's Fury hasn't paid for. But I hear that their Ludus may very well be no more.
Yes, there's nothing left of them save for this Blackheart fellow. I believe he escaped on a separate ship, but Damian and some of the others, and Ashoka here, the lot of you killed the pirates, did you not? That were looking to abscond with...
Oh, I believe your information is incorrect. There are at least 6 gladiators that are unaccounted for in the Sea God's Fury.
Oh,
including their Ludus Master.
Yes, there were 2 ships. We took the decoy. It was also the one that had our stolen property on board. Marty?
Hmm.
When I mentioned I wanted to see if I could get a blood biography to give to them, could that have happened by now, or no?
You haven't...
a
Who are
scroll.
you trying to give it to?
Oh, I'm thinking the Magistrate might be actually the right person to give it to, because he's the guy who's supposed to know about magic at some level. He's like, I was a wizard once. Wasn't very good at it. He seemed like somebody who I could give it to and would enforce using a spell of that nature.
Okay, but you could try to find a time while you're up in the box to talk to him about it.
I'll see which direction the conversation goes.
Okay.
Yes, apparently the dragon and the pirates decided to part ways. After doing a devastating amount of damage to our looters, of course.
Almost destroyed the Beast Tamers Guild.
Oh, yes, I've received complaint about that this morning. It came across my desk. I assume you will be also sending a similar complaint? Law and
yes,
order
we-
must be maintained here, no matter what the cost.
Agreed. Yes, we will be putting in claims for a portion of, I suppose, the auction sale of the ship or what have you. Whatever's left of their looters.
Excellent.
We'll be seeking.
I just close Excel again because I'm noticing some slowness.
Okay.
Damn you, Microsoft! Damn you! Damn you to hell! The Count kind of waves to the crowd as they're introducing Damian. Damian will have to, if he wants a different nickname, will have to make a make a case for it. Damian the Demon is what they.
He'll settle for Damian the Demon right now. He's flourishing his cape around.
Okay. Right now, they don't know who you are, so I believe you start off as indifferent.
Yep.
And the crowd, given that they don't know who you are and don't know who these people are, they're always secretly hoping that one of these condemned will become like a new gladiator and you know, the underdog.
Get lucky.
Yeah, the underdog gets lucky. Are all of these things on your token the things that are running right now?
Yep.
Okay. Adoration is an interesting spell, by the way.
It's very useful for this
Yep.
type of combat.
You can see that there are... give me a sense motive check. You can use sense motive or your BAB plus your wisdom, whichever is higher.
That'll be sense motive. Not. Oh, it'd be plus 12.
+2 bonus on combat checks. Cool.
Come on, Modron.
Modron, you can do it.
You can do it, Modron.
Marty, go reset Modron.
Take away that 50% decrease in roll value.
Again?
All right. There we go.
Ah, success.
Great success.
Sense motive. Got a 23.
The guys with the spears barely know how to use them.
Okay.
The guy who's got studded leather armor and has been given a heavy flail is the guy to watch out for.
All right.
You suck something fierce if you can't use the simple weapon. Yeah.
And we'll look up the stats for that. And
No bad some bitches.
all right. The slow guys get initiative of 9. And the warrior gets a initiative of 3 total.
Okay, I get an initiative.